Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 3. I really appreciate everyone turning in your assignments. I know that there was a varied set of assignments from the first week, and I look forward to reading all of those. Some of them have been graded, so just check your profile and see if you've been graded. I am providing personalized feedback on discussions and on the first individual assignment, and I will also provide feedback on the group assignment so that you can know what I believe you're doing well and areas that you can improve. Before I cover week 3, I would really like to highlight some of the fascinating topics that were brought up in the discussion this week. I wrote a list of all the different social technologies that were brought up, and we covered a wide range of them. So Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, not WeWork, and Skype even. And I enjoyed reading how each of you was able to connect that social technology to the business world as well as your personal life. As we can see, these technologies are really crossing boundaries. We don't have just a technology for accounting and just a technology for advertising and just a technology for whatever. A lot of these things are coming together and crossing the boundaries between our personal and work lives, which can be a positive and negative thing. I especially liked Dwight's bringing up WhatsApp and interjecting that we still have a US perspective in the US. I know that's shocking to many of you, but that there are technologies that are making their way into the rest of the world that we may not have as keen an eye on. And I noticed that some of you did respond that you have had experiences with WhatsApp, and we'll see what happens with that. I especially liked the connection to Moore's Law, that WhatsApp now runs on a lot less data than Facebook Messenger does. I appreciated Priscilla and Keyshawn bringing up the Instagram and Snapchat, because I confess that I consider Instagram and Snapchat to be a purely personal technology, and yet I forget that so much advertising happens in Instagram and Snapchat that is just out of my realm. I'm actually not a member of either one of those. And then I also wanted to highlight, if you haven't read David's post, this post is especially relevant this week and is an example of things changing just real time. I've noted the extra credit option in the discussion post, so let me know if you have any questions about that. The ironic element of what he posted when I questioned, is this really news? Why didn't I know about it? Why wasn't it made aware to me? Is that 24 hours later, I did get a notification of the horrible events that happened in Texas. If any of you have been impacted by a school shooting, my heart goes out to you, and I think we are all impacted by this, but some more than others. Social technology is going to play an interesting role in that. I don't know what the future holds, but it's going to be, I hate to use the word interesting, but that's the only one that comes to mind, interesting to find out how that plays out. So this week we are continuing the process of your individual project, as well as analyzing a case study on actually the Apple San Bernardino case, which again, an ironic turn of events, is also associated with the school shooting. So I ask that you just look through all of the information on that case and really, if you can, focus on this idea that Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, said, "We will not create this. We don't want, this is not something we ever want to be created." There's a perspective out there that it's going to be created anyway. So are you not the person who creates something evil, or are you a person who creates something in order to be able to manage it? These are questions that we're tackling more and more as our world gets smaller and bigger at the same time. I also wanted to add that if you are submitting an assignment, please use APA format. I will post a link as to so that you can see some of the standard settings. This should make things easier for you. For example, you should have your papers double spaced. It talks about indentation and margins, type font. But to that note, I am not a strict adherer to page lengths. There are guidelines in certain assignments that something should be a one-page summary. If you go to 1.5, I'm fine. If it's 3/4 of a page, I'm fine. Cover your points, answer the questions the way they should be answered. We are adults. That's fine. But do use APA format. That just helps standardize what we're submitting, and it should help you once you get used to it. You won't have to ask questions like, well, what font should I use? Should my margins be this? Where should I put bold type in? All that will be answered for you, so you don't have to answer those questions. I will be available for office hours this week as always, and I look forward to walking through this Apple case with you over the next week.